There's a lot of questions about basal body temperature. How do you check your basal body temperature? How do I check about basal body temperature? Can you talk more about basal body temperature? So there's a few questions about basal body temperature, and I want to talk about basal body temperature in detail, and we'll finish this video. Right. So what is basal body temperature and how do you measure it? Get a thermometer of Amazon. I got something of Amazon. I'll also link that below. The thermometer needs to measure at least 2 decimal points accuracy. It needs to be as accurate as the last 2 decimal points because that's where the numbers are going to change. So if you want to track your basal body temperature for DTC purposes, what you're going to do is at the time you wake up, you put the thermometer under your tongue, measure your basal body temperature as soon as you wake up. Now, for it to be accurate, you need to make sure you are measuring your basal body temperature almost the same time or within half an hour interval. So let's say today you wake up at 7 o'clock, tomorrow you wake up at 6:30, day after tomorrow you wake up at 4 o'clock. That will not give you accurate readings over a period of time. You need to make sure that your tracking is not too off. You're measuring around the same time every single day. So if you wake up at 6 o'clock, make sure on weekends also you wake up at 6 o'clock or 6:15 or 5:45 or something like that. So make sure that your intervals are not too large. So that's one of the things that comes with basal body temperature tracking. Some of the other factors are your room temperature needs to be similar every single day. It can't be like one day it's too hot or too cold or something like that. You can't do that because those environmental factors can affect your basal body temperature. The other thing is if you consume alcohol previous night, that can affect your basal body temperature. And if you're really sick, that is also going to affect your basal body temperature. But let's say none of this is happening. You are like healthy and everything is going well and you want to start tracking basal body temperature. In that case, you will want to wake up around the same time every single day and measure your basal body temperature around the same time every single morning. So it could be something like 97.2, 3, whatever. And you will put it in a tracking app. Now there are many tracking apps. The one that I used was Flow, and I also used something called Primo because I had the cheap OPKs I mentioned in my previous videos, and those you can track in an app called Primo. So what usually happens is when your body is in your follicular phase, the basal body temperature is usually lower. Once you hit ovulation and you hit the luteal phase, the basal body temperature increases by, let's say, 0.5 degree or something, and hence the accuracy of 2 decimal points. So you want to buy a thermometer where it measures up to 2 decimal points. So let's say in your first 10-12 days of your cycle, it may be like 97.2, 97.3, 97.25, 226, whatever. You get my point. So what happens is when progesterone increases, which is in your second part of the cycle, if all of this is not making sense, go and watch TTC part 2 video. I've explained what happens with the different hormones in a cycle. In the second part of your cycle, progesterone increases, which also increases your body temperature, right? So if you keep tracking every single day, you will notice that in the first few days of your cycle, your temperature is somewhat lower. In the second phase of your cycle, your temperature goes higher. And now it goes higher, and just before your period is about to start, it will dip. So for me personally, it dips on a previous day or on the morning, the day my period is meant to start. As soon as it dips, I know that this cycle was unsuccessful. That is how you get to know using BBT tracking. If the temperature doesn't dip when your period is meant to arrive, then it is possible that maybe your cycle was successful or your period is getting delayed. It's one or the other. But if you have always had somewhat of a regular period cycle, 30 days, 35 days, but regularly 35 days, and it's beyond 37 days and your temperature didn't dip, then that is the first clue that it's possible you conceived in that cycle. So this is your BBT tracking. Now, you don't necessarily have to do all of this. If you're using your OPKs, that is enough. OPKs and cervical mucus gives a good cue on where things are. BBTs or basal body temperature tracking confirms ovulation after the fact. So one day, let's say it's 97.3 and next day it goes 97.5 or 97.7. 97.7, it needs to keep going up or keep staying at that level for a few days. Only if it stays at that level for 2-3 days, you will know that you have ovulated already. So it is a lagging indicator. So you need to remember that. Your OPKs are your, let's call it maybe a leading indicator or somewhat of a good indicator. But this is a lagging indicator. When I say lagging indicator, it confirms after the fact. So what you're observing, if you're TTCing, what you're going to do is use OPKs and keep monitoring your estrogen and LH surge and all that. The day OPKs show bright red line or a static smiley or whatever kind of OPKs you use, once it shows that, you know that your egg is going to be released in the next 24 to 48 hours. It would be ideal for the sperm to be present before the egg releases. So you can try on that day or the next day and a couple of days. After that, whilst you're doing that, if you're also measuring your basal body temperature, and if the temperature keeps increasing from the day your OPKs turned static smiley or the day after your OPKs turned static smiley, which means progesterone in your body is going on, it's increasing, right? So if progesterone increases, basal body temperature also increases, and it confirms that you have finished ovulation. Now you would know if you hit ovulation, like if you did BD during your ovulation period or not. BBTs are a lagging indicator. You don't necessarily have to do it, but if you are like me, you're curious, you want to learn about your body and all that, please go ahead and do it. It's fun. Now, in the cycle that you conceive, what happens is the basal body temperature never drops, keeps increasing, because your body starts producing a hormone called as HCG, which is what shows as positive in your pregnancy test. So if your body produces HCG, the temperature still increases, because if you had watched my TTC part 2 video, you would remember I also said that in your 2-week wait, HCG and progesterone gives very similar symptoms. So in the second half of your cycle, your temperature has started increases and it keeps going, it never dips. Then you can start taking your blood test or a pregnancy test to confirm if you have conceived. Now there is a little thing to note. There's something called as implantation dip. Let's say you have conceived and you are measuring your basal body temperature every single day. You don't know you have conceived or not until you miss your period, but it's day, I don't know, 7 or DPO 7 or DPO 8, but you see a sharp dip in your basal body temperature. Let's say it's always been like 97.75 or 98 and so on and so forth, but on DPO 7 or 8 or 9, it goes to 97.2 or something, and then you might think that I may get my period tomorrow or day after tomorrow, whatever. It's different for different people. It is also possible that the egg and sperm are implanting on that day, and for certain people, implantation dip shows up in BBT. For me, it did not show up in my basal body tracking. It doesn't happen to every single person, but for some people, when you conceive successfully, the time that the conception happens where these things meet and it implants, that particular day, the temperature dips. And if you are looking into it, if you're deep into all this tracking, you may misunderstand, or you may, it's not misunderstand necessarily, you may kind of get a clue that implantation has happened. But I hope all of this information helps in terms of your TTC. If you have more questions, let me know in the comments below. Otherwise, happy TTC. I'll see you in another one. Bye.